So we're back live. Sorry about that. Wouldn't be a Gauntlet stream without some technical issues, right? So we're all
Every
good.
week.
Looks like so Jason Thompson check opted to swing with the Dawn Blade, play Glint to get go again, and then played the Warrior's Valor after that. So coming in for 6 here, representing a Twinning Blade, right? I'm assuming off of
You are
this.
asking the wrong guy because I cannot watch this match right now. I wish I could.
Yeah, Dante, my technical assistant for today.
Learn me a thing or two. There are so many names in this gem, and they're not in alphabetical order, and it makes it literally impossible.
Yeah, the benefits of having almost 40 players, our biggest event so far.
Yep. Oh my god. Good news is for you, I'm on table 13 right now of this repair, so we're getting close.
Yeah, so Vlasa just looking to figure out how he's going to block this next Dawn Blade coming in for 6. Looks like he throws down two cards for the 6, and Jason's likely going to Arsenal what I can only imagine is a Twinning Blade here. I think he wanted to play the Glint Twinning, ideally off a blocked card there and get the draw. He was not able to. So we see Goliath Gauntlet plus Throttle. I'm assuming it's red, so it's going to be 6 with Go again here, floating 1 resource. Jason just deciding how to block. Already down to 13, so we're kind of neck and neck, 13 and 12 here. Okay, Jason blocking with both Route and Stroke of Foresight. So I'm assuming Jason has a pretty red hand going into this. We got a a 0 to 60 boost. It does hit the high octane. That looks like yellow to me, so coming in for 3. See how Jason decides to block. So considering to block out this turn. Yep, we see the red Warrior's Valor. So yeah, I can only assume. So that was a red 0 to 60. That came in for 4. And a Spark of Genius for 0 to grab another Teklo Core. That's brutal. So yeah, looks like Jason just had a very, very red hand. I assume that he's going to pitch a red and just swing Dawnblade for 3 here. Opting to block with 3 reds that turn alone. And we get another Teklo Core out of the dash, so it's going to be popping for 2 resources at the start of his turn. Not looking good for the Warrior player, that's for sure. And he draws off the Spark of Genius because of the boost, which he promptly arsenals. And Jason, pitching that red Iron Song response and coming in for 3. So now our mech player is going to have to decide how to block. Quite an easy choice here, I think, to just say no blocks. And just play with that 4-card hand. Unless you can't utilize it, this Dawnblade here is not threatening whatsoever. Jason is floating no resources. And without Reprise, that second Iron Song response wouldn't do anything in Arsenal. Also, we're pretty sure it's a Twinning Blade at this point. So blocks with Overloop for 3. And it's going to be his turn, work with a 4-card hand. And like I said, that Teklo Core will pop. There will be 2 resources floating. And onto the Dash player's turn here.
I'm so close, Brendan. You have no idea.
It's all good, right?
Oh, I'm getting there, buddy. Don't worry.
So we see a red pedal to the metal coming out of the Arsenal here. It's going to boost, and it's going to hit. I assume that this dash deck is only hits, so shouldn't come as a surprise. He's going to opt to use Hyperdriver as well to get the resource. So we got pedal to the metal red with Go again. Jason Thompson-Shank likely has drawn some blues in his hand, so we'll be able to have a bit stronger turn. Opts to block with the second route, so this is the second route plus a Arcanite Skullcap here, blocking for 4. Dash player does have Go again and 3 cards in hand as well as 2 resources floating. And there we go. We're going to get a 0 to 60 with boost. It's going to have Go again. From my angle, that does look yellow, so I'm going to assume that's for 3, but I have been wrong in the recent past, so I'm not sure.
Let me save this.
Jason Thompson already at 10 here, so not much life to work with. But with that Teklo Core out, I mean, Jason's just got to play it pretty safe. Opting to block for 3 here, so that is going to be a yellow using the Brave Forge Bracers and the Refraction Bolters. And we're going to see a zipper hit for 5. That's brutal. With boost. Boost the second high octane, so that's going to be gone. And now we're going to be coming in for 5 with go again. Jason Thompson takes it down to 5. Okay. So are we going to Arsenal, or are we going to play off this last card as the mech player? Jason, threatening to work with a 4-card hand here if the mech player does not play another threat. Could opt to, swing with the pistol for 2, get him down to 3. But as we know, in Flesh and Blood, 3 is definitely not 0, and I think Jason would be quite okay with that. It's tough. With those Achilles accelerators popped, it's hard to present lethal in this situation unless we have another red zipper hit. Only 1 resource available. So just tanking on this last card. Figuring out.
Alrighty. I'm back.
And I'm joined by Dante.
Woohoo!
Welcome back, Dante. I'm sure you had a good time over there.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was an absolute blast. Love that more than anything in the world. Alrighty, so where are we? Wow,
yep.
5 life.
Yes.
That's not good.
Okay, so also boost that give it a go again. Is going to be able to threaten lethal on this turn with that 0 to 60 plus the pistol, and also has another counter on the Tekla core, so it's going to pop for 2 resources at the start of his turn. Yeah, the mech player just has a lot of gas here.
Yeah, this is quite a turn from the mech player. Usually only see something like this when there's a high octane involved, but this is pretty juicy.
Both high octanes have been boosted away.
Oh, they got boosted, eh? Yikes.
And I'm going to need to fix a screen region here for this mech player.
Do you think Jason's game plan now is block everything and deck him out? 2 life?
It could be. I mean, it's tough. So we do see the Steve. Okay, so I'm just going to let you know, since you weren't in for this, I have like a really, really hard read that's going to be a 20 blade in his arsenal. So I think it is absolutely imperative that the mech player blocks us out. This arsenal came from a turn where he arsenaled it. Yeah, I mean, it was during a glint twinning turn. Obviously, I think that was the setup. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I really think that's what we're looking at here. So I think Jason's looking to hit with this Steel Blade Supremacy, pop the boots, and then twinning, kind of as a move of desperation. I mean, if his opponent uses that Tekla Foundry Heart in 1 card, it's going to easily block this out, but I could be wrong. It's definitely not route. Overpower obviously doesn't work, but we have a myriad of other pumps at 1 resource that could get this over.
Yeah. Does he have any cards in hand? Do you know? I doubt it because I don't see any cards on the mat here.
Jason does not have any cards in hand, no. Just has the arsenal.
So he's banking on a no block from the opponent then, I guess.
Yeah, I'm very, very confident this is going to be a twinning blade. So if this is just blocked out with the Foundry Heart plus a card, I mean, it's definitely a bluff, but I think the mech player could have taken the same read that I did on putting him on twinning blade there.
Yeah, even if it is a twinning blade, though, he needs go again by popping the boots.
Exactly, so it has to hit, right?
Yeah, it has to hit here, which if you full block it, there's no chance that it hits. Yeah. You're at 12 life too, so you really don't lose anything by full blocking. You just lose cards in your hand, but depending on how aggressive his hand is, you might choose not to block it. But yeah, if he has the same read as you that it's a twinning blade, then it's best. He could even just block with 1 card, and it doesn't look like he has anything on his heart,
no, that's the optimal block here. What he doesn't want to do is block with 2 cards plus heart, because basically he needs to kill Jason. See, like that's going to be really bad. Yeah, so coming into a Tekla Foundry Heart turn where he had those resources, I think as he watches this back, he'll probably be able to get the same read as me that is twinning blade in the arsenal.
Yeah.
And if he had played around that, he could probably rip every single card out of Jason Thompson's hand here. So definitely important to kind of pay attention to when your opponent arsenals a card, the context of that arsenal, and you can get a read like that. So basically, Jason just bluffed himself into playing probably a 4-card hand here, depending how he blocks, right? So we could block 1 with the bracers, and that's probably the optimal block here. Is block for 1, go down to 1, depending on the context of his hand.
5-card hand, yeah.
Depending on, so there we see, takes 1, goes down to 1. So yeah, just like I said, going to be playing that 20 blade out of the arsenal surely this turn. And yeah, I mean, that's what it's going to come down to. If we had been the mech player here and been playing a 4-card hand instead, probably in a probably be in a different place. We're going to see a Sharpened Steel for 6. I assume there's going to be a pump and one of those 2 cards in hand. He's got the Twinning Blade. He's got the the boots. Jason's in business right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a big turn. We'll see how the mech player decides to block.
Yeah, I mean,
it's tough. Even last turn when he chose to block with 3 cards from hand, even if he did what was only able to block, or if he chose to block with a card from hand in his armor, he still would have been in a pretty good position because the most damage that Jason's going to be able to do is an extra 3. So
yeah. So the thing is like the reason why he blocked like that is because there was a Steelblade Supremacy plus a Courage on the table. So he goes, okay, if I get hit for anything, like forget the 3, right? Like if I get hit for anything, he's just popping the boots. He's coming again. Still, I think I think that 3.
I feel like you risk it though, right?
Yeah.
Did he have any resource floating? He had 1 resource floating, I believe.
Jason had 2 resources floating, so I think he played around route there, but you could have played around I think that the optimal block actually would have been 2 cards. Well, if say it was route, which it's not, it's Twinning Blade. I think. Oh, it's not. It's Biting Blade.
Oh my god, it was a Biting Blade.
But I think
read was incorrect.
Yeah, dude, that's how it is. And then we see.
Oh my gosh.
That's plus 12.
Yeah, it takes him out with just the 1 attack. Wow.
Interesting. Interesting. At 6 doesn't play around. The plus 6. Definitely possible. You can just throw that tech low and then. Yeah, I really thought he had the Twinning Blade because the way he played it, it just looked like he was trying to set up a Glint Twinning where the opponent didn't block and it was just not optimal. So it looked like he went to Arsenal it again, and just it really looked like a bluff with the Courage, but yeah. Anyway.
No, well, yeah, he ended up taking it out. That was a pretty good turn. So
yeah, so pretty close. Sometimes
there's not much you can do. If you say no block, you live and die by that call, right? So in this case, he unfortunately died by it, but it happens.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that was round 1. Very, very technical issue heavy, but that's how me and Dante roll. So
just never ending.
Yeah. So gonna head into round 2 here. Gonna take a short break before. Obviously, want to shout out Deck Edge. Been sponsoring us since literally the beginning. Always opens Patreon slots just for these tournaments. It makes this prizing possible. Currently, we're running Win a Box plus Raffle Box for only a $5 entry, and we had over 40 entries today, and we have 34 players competing or 35. So yeah, our first 6 rounder for FAB Gauntlet, and yeah, that's made possible by this awesome prizing we're able to put on. So big shout out to Deck Edge. Go check them out, and then obviously Reaper Game Store, my local game store. If you're looking for a sale product, Bill's your man. So with that, we'll see you guys in round 2, and have a good one.
See you guys in a bit.